Imagine this. You are in a meeting with a British colleague and you ask them, can you finish this by tomorrow? They look at you thoughtfully and they say, I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. You leave the room feeling optimistic, thinking they'll probably get it done by tomorrow. They leave the room having just said no. Welcome to British communication, where that's interesting can mean I hate it. Let's revisit that means absolutely not. And where not bad can be the highest of compliments. If you have ever walked away from a conversation with a British person slightly confused, then this video is for you. Before we start, don't forget your free PDF. Link is in the description below. Here's the one thing you need to understand about the way British people communicate. We will do almost anything to avoid saying no directly. Not because we're dishonest, it's because in British culture, a flat no can sound, and I'm going to be honest about this, a bit aggressive, a bit much. It puts everyone involved in an uncomfortable position. It makes the person saying no feel uncomfortable. It makes the person being said no to feel uncomfortable. And the British relationship with feeling uncomfortable is well documented. We don't like feeling uncomfortable or awkward. So instead, we have developed an entire implicit language, a shadow language, if you will, a parallel system of phrases that on the surface sound completely reasonable, but are actually doing something entirely different underneath. Learning to read them is a bit like learning to decode a secret. But once you can decode them, conversations with British people won't be so confusing. Let's go through the main ones together, you and I. Let's start with this one. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. This one sounds promising, like someone is genuinely considering your proposal. However, they are not. I'll think about it is often a politely packaged no. Do you want to come to my karaoke party at the weekend? Oh, that sounds lovely. I'll think about it. They will not be coming to your karaoke party. The function of I'll think about it is to let everyone leave the conversation with their dignity still intact. There's no awkwardness because there's no direct rejection. It's just a gentle, unspoken agreement that this will not be raised again. And we learned this as children. When my mother used to say, I'll think about it when I asked her something, often it was to avoid my having a complete meltdown as a child and a way to delay the inevitable no. I soon learned, I'll think about it meant no. The next phrase, here is one you might hear often in British workplaces. That might be difficult. That might be difficult. Can we get that report finished by tomorrow? That might be difficult. And try to really hear what is happening there. That might be difficult is not a practical comment. It is not an invitation to problem solve. It is a politely devastating rejection. What it means is absolutely not. Impossible. Genuinely. Why would you even ask that? Often the softer the language, the stronger the messages behind it. Interesting. Oh, this one. I've talked about this one before on the channel. This can be a dangerous word in British conversation because it sounds so neutral, so open-minded. When a British person looks at something you've just shown them and says, interesting, with that little pause before the interesting, what they are doing is buying themselves some time. They don't want to be cruel to you. They don't want to lie to you. So they reach for the safest possible word, the one that commits to nothing. Show a British person a bold new haircut. Watch their expression do 10 emotions in the space of half a second, from panic to resolution, and then hear them say it. Wow, that's interesting. This is not a compliment. I do want to add though, we do also use the word interesting genuinely. Just because a British person describes something as interesting or describes something you've said as interesting, that doesn't mean they don't find it interesting. You have to read the context behind it. If it's said enthusiastically and genuinely, it's genuine. But if it is said in the way I just demonstrated, interesting, then everything applies. Let's come back to it. This phrase has a very respectable surface. It sounds organized and forward-thinking, like the person isn't dismissing anything. They are merely scheduling a follow-up discussion. But in reality, let's come back to it is a place where ideas go to quietly disappear. There's no confrontation and no critique, but the meeting moves on. Nobody mentions it again, and somehow everyone understands that this is correct. And now you know some examples of these phrases. I will tell you the real skill, the one that will genuinely change your communication with British people. Stop listening only to the words they're saying. Start listening instead to the tone they're using. I talk so much about this word, I must sound like a broken record to some of you, but tone is everything in British communication. As I said, the difference between that's genuinely interesting and I'm stalling for time before I dismiss something is the tone. The British indirectness that I talk all the time about, it isn't random. There are signals. A slight pause, a slight hesitation, a careful word choice, a very small before someone starts speaking. Those little aren't just fillers, they send a message. And so when someone says, that might be tricky, with a certain heaviness, they mean, please don't ask again. When someone says, I'll bear it in mind, they will not bear it in mind. But also when someone says, oh, not bad, they genuinely mean it's good. And that is the most praise you will ever get, so take it. But now for the good news. Once you are aware of these patterns and once you start noticing them, British people are actually very easy to understand. They're just communicating in a slightly different way, a less direct way. However, the signals are there that mean you can completely understand them. You just need to understand those signals. So the next time you are in a work meeting and someone says, I'll see what I can do, you already have your answer. And honestly, there's something quite elegant, I think, about a language that can say no while keeping everyone perfectly comfortable. It makes no one feel awkward. And now I want to hear from you. What is the most confusing thing you have ever heard a British person say to you? Have you ever actually heard a direct no from someone British? And please, if you did, tell me the context because I would be fascinated to hear. If you found this interesting and you would like a free British etiquette survival guide, link is in the description below, along with a free PDF with 20 phrases we use all the time. Have a look at my website if you are interested in online lessons or courses with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye for now.